Welcome to another Transformers review. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking like that. This is Blackout from the Transformers 2007 movie.
He was one of the first Transformers to appear in the 2007 movie, and when he shows up, he just kills everyone. He kills them all, and most of the people die.
It's got spinny action, and I may have broken it during the review. Stay tuned for my stupidity. Now, is this a figure worth buying? You'll see. Here's a better look at the packaging. You got Blackout in there, and it comes with Scorponok. The gimmick on this one is automorph technology. Top of the packaging, there's nothing really special there. Here's a look at the back. You got stats right there. The figure itself shows off some of the other gimmicks this figure has.
You got his description right over here.
Blackout is the largest of the Decepticons, most often seen looming silently over the right shoulder of Megatron. Now let's open up the figure. It's also really dusty, sorry about that. Get out, get out. It comes with the instructions, fairly simple stuff, and Scorponok. And here is the figure itself. Now we can spread out his little blades right there. I remember always wanting Blackout when I was younger, so I'm glad I have it now. Now it feels pretty light. Something about it also feels a bit cheaply made. It's got a bit of detail work on there, and a little bit of weathering. Other side looks pretty much the same. And if you press this right here, the blades spin. That's a fun little thing. Although I would be careful with the blades over here, they feel kind of flimsy. I feel like this area could break off. This part right here seems to be a little loose. And if you press this right here, this opens up and you can put Scorponok in there. It's kind of awkward how you do it. You need to put him upside down in there. This area right here is pretty loose. It comes off real easily. And then the compartment for Scorponok is also loose. So that's unfortunate for these two areas right here. Now let's take a closer look at Scorponok. You've got a bit of detail on there and some weather work. It's really small. There's not much to expect from it. We can compare it to the two Scorponoks that I have. Obviously a considerable size difference, and these ones have more paint and detail on them. This one is missing a leg. I got these guys when I got a bunch of Transformers figures off Craigslist for $20, and I am going to make a video of that. Also, another thing you can do with this figure is that if you have the deluxe Scorponoks, you can tab them in place right there. It's kind of hard to do it with a camera. Tab it in right there, and that's how he looks like that. Not a super solid connection though. Moving on. The underside of it looks pretty clean. This right here can also spin.
Also, these areas right here aren't for minicons, but you could put one in there if you wanted to.
The transformation on this figure is a bit silly. You'll see what I mean. So first you want to... God damn. First you want to bring this out and then bring it around like that. Now you see where this arrow is? You want to make sure that side's down and then you bring it in like that.
And then bring all these blades down. The instructions don't really say that arrow part is supposed to be down. Just like how I'm down bad.
Now you're supposed to bring these parts out. I transformed this earlier and then I transformed it back. These parts right here wouldn't tab in properly. I don't care enough. So we're just going to continue on. But you're supposed to take these out right here. Bring these down like so. Now we can take the legs down. Bring him out all the way. It'll flip over the head as well.
And that's the automorphing technology right there. Talk about a technological advancement. Now rotate the legs and make sure the head is in place, because that advanced automorphing technology does not work too well.
And now we're supposed to fold this part in right over here. Now bring these out front and
yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. And if you can see right here, you're supposed to just tab these pieces in place.
Be careful with those. I accidentally broke this one off, and the one on this side already has stress marks.
Flip these over, turn the legs out like that, and then bring both the feet down.
Push the knees out a bit to get this piece out. Now on the back, bring this up.
Now this part can be a bit tricky since there's no tab to help pull it out.
Bring this over and bring the hands out. Same over here. And there is the robot mode. The instructions on this aren't too clear. Like, it doesn't really say you need to push down on the blades right there to close them properly, and then it doesn't say anything about the panels on the hands. These are not really the best instructions. Now the robot mode on the figure doesn't look too bad at all. I do like it. It's got a lot of nice detail on there.
The head sculpt looks like a jumbled mess, but that's how it's supposed to be.
There is some light piping in the eyes. You can see a bit of red back there.
A big problem with this figure is that the waist just doesn't stay put properly.
And this figure just has like a bunch of loose parts flying around, which can be a little difficult to work with. Here's a closer look at his hands. Some detail on the elbows there. A nice Decepticon logo.
The inside panels look kind of weird though.
The legs look pretty good. They got some nice detail on there. His crotch area has some designs. A cool thing you can do with this figure is you can take this off right here. Please come off. Just come off. There you go. Put this back on. And we can open it out all the way.
Bring this down.
And then we tab it in here. And then we can have him hold it.
And it turns into his weapon with some blade spinning action.
Surprisingly, it doesn't really affect the balance or anything.
Also, these blades can pop off pretty easily. Now this leg is loose on mine, and you can't really get get a whole lot of great poses out of this figure. Having this in the back might limit some of your posability, and it does get in the way of standing. So we're gonna set this aside for the articulation.
The head can move side to side. It can't really spin all the way around. This right here can move. Arms can move back all the way there and out there. Can spin on the biceps. Elbow bend. These hands can move up and down. Arm can move out. These side skirts can move.
It's got a spinny waist.
The legs can spread out quite a bit. The leg can come out. This can spin around. And the knee can bend. And the feet can move.
Overall, that's not too bad of a figure, but obviously I would recommend the Studio Series over this. Good luck with that though. You'll need it. You'll need the luck. That's definitely something you'll need. Now make sure to check out this video right here. And a big thank you to all my patrons who support me on Patreon for only $1 a month. Link in the description below.